Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Ticket Weeknights, Harrison Arms on the ones and twos. We got the host, Chancellor Brewington. To my left, he's back. High school hoops are done with after we finished up with the boys last week, so we got this time slot open again. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going? I can say it one more time before Snowmageddon here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
You said what?
You didn't read the weather?
What?
Oh, you got back at a terrible time. You just got back from Texas, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like 4 to 8 inches tomorrow. I'm not playing either.
How? I don't understand how that can happen. It was like 65 today.
Yeah, you've been in Nebraska long enough.
No, not for, 48 inches. That sounds like that's 2 feet, right? Or 4 feet.
4 to 8 inches. 12 inches in a foot. No, we're not. 12 inches are in a foot. We're talking 4 to 8. We're not even talking a foot of snow. You got some wires crossed right now going on if you thought that was 4 feet of snow. Let me give you the actual weatherman's report. Yeah, so for everybody out there, if you plan on doing stuff, it is going to snow a decent amount. Rain likely before 5 a.m.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Tonight.
Pause. 48 inches.
I said 4 to 8. That's why.
I thought you said 48 inches.
I see where we're going.
And I was like,
you scared
me. That is 4 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can that happen tomorrow? I didn't get the 2 to 4. I'm like, Harrison, what is like? No, I haven't been in Lincoln that long. I don't know if any place is like this.
All right,
my bad. That was bad miscommunication. I was literally playing numbers. I said, "Oh wow, did I just get?" I'm like, I'm really usually pretty solid with numbers. I'm like, nope. 12 times 4 is 48. Like that's pretty standard.
I was looking at you like, thought this guy was reading books. I think he's lying. I think he's just skimming through them and trying to say, I finished it.
Yeah. Oh, well, that would be fun. I mean, I looked.
It'll melt by Thursday.
Yeah.
Like 50
so I knew it was going to snow.
Okay.
I didn't know. I thought.
You thought 4 to 8, not 48.
Yeah.
Like so you were caught up to speed.
So 32 degrees was the low last time I saw it. So it's gonna be like a warm snow. It's gonna be like an enjoyable snow.
It's gonna be thick and heavy usually. Pause, but yeah. I don't know what's going on right now.
It's a good night, man. It's a good night. It's a good night.
Something like that. We can talk college hoops anytime too, but it's gonna be. That's usually a good sign of like a lot of snow.
Yeah. Okay.
It's when you get the warmer.
Yeah, but it's gonna be gone probably next day. I'm sure the trees will love it though.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of water. It's high of 48 on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then rain on Friday. So
wonderful.
It's not going to be there very long.
Wonderful.
And we're back up to 63 on Saturday.
Yeah, get some let's get some leaves on these trees coming up. That'll be fun. Well, there's something I was gonna say off that. Oh, on the book conversation, today marks the day where I started my book journey, March 18th, to read 100 books, and I did it.
I was gonna say you got to be well over, aren't you?
Yeah, I've honestly stopped counting after like 75, and I hit 75 with like 3 months to go, and I was like, yeah, like let me just. But yeah, like it was awesome because it's like you set out to do something, you do it, and it was easy in my opinion.
It's really not as. It's just.
I don't know. Don't say that.
Well, it's hard, but I mean,
no. Do you? I mean, think about it. I'm a slow reader too. Like if I was to read this out, like I struggle reading out loud. Like I'm not a good reader.
Yeah, you gave me the prayer story. Or no, that was you weren't reading though. That was just
public speaking. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, well, it's not that. That's not that bad. But like when I read, sometimes my mind is like going. I'll be like, okay, wait, why did he put that word there? Like, or like, what does this mean? So like sometimes like I'll read a book, I'll read a page and like skim over the page. So it takes me a while to get through books. So I mean, hour wise, if let's say an average 200-page book, I would say hour wise is like for me like probably like probably like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, I couldn't tell you what's bad or good, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I know people who can read a 200-page book in like 2 hours.
See, I always hate that because I remember talking to this one person. There's be like, I'm such a fast reader.
Then I'm like, I want to know if you know anything in the book. Like, did you take anything from it?
Because it'd be insane. Because I remember this is when I was like peak reading. And I remember like, and it wasn't like super hard. It was like I got the Witcher series. I was like, oh, that's right up my alley. And I was reading that like crazy. I loved it. And this book, it was huge. It was like 400 pages, tiny text. And they're like, oh yeah, I finished that already. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like you just speed read. And if that's how you want to read, I guess, I don't know. Maybe that works for some people. I know you can read like the first sentence and the last sentence. It's more how you read a textbook and then kind of get the idea of what the paragraph's about. But if you want to read, go nuts.
It was fun of like reflecting on it. Like I really took like the whole day just to reflect because like there's a lot of moments where like I hit something. I had like my belief system changed like dramatically from a year ago to now, just based on information, based on other people's stories, other people's journeys, like actual scientific evidence. Like read everything from personal growth to religion to quantum physics to neuroplasticity to.
You got into quantum physics?
Yeah,
I love your understanding because I just like made a breakthrough the other day. Not me, like I just like.
I was like, you had like a revelation or something.
I just like finally understood like a sliver of what it actually means.
Yeah,
it blew my mind.
Yeah, I probably of the like this, probably like of like the 40 or 50 books I read this year so far, like probably like 20 of them have been like in that category. Like I think it's fascinating because nowadays you can't really explain how a cut is healed without quantum physics. And yeah, so like it's like they're on some groundbreaking stuff right now, and some stuff is getting revealed.
I think you remember the double slit experiment. That's like kind of like the usual basic one they use. That's more like quantum computing. I can't remember exactly what they call it. That's quantum physics too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fascinating. I think the underlying principle in quantum physics is kind of what Einstein was talking about. Although Einstein didn't believe in all of quantum physics, though. There's a theory. There's a principle called
the law of action.
No. It's called a quantum entanglement. So it's basically like you can have atoms that are entangled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the process of entanglement, I couldn't tell you, but you put those things on, put one in Europe and put one in, Hawaii. You cause some type of change to one atom, and instantaneously, not like at the speed of light, like instantaneously the other atom is affected.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some interesting theory, there's some interesting stuff. We'll talk about it out off the air, but
I always have to because I'll sound like an idiot if I try to like get the scientific break, because I just just like one sliver of me like finally understanding a little bit of what they're talking about, like blew my mind.
Well, the discovery of like the last 1900s is that the subatomic particle, right? That like electron, right? They used to think that, like, you know, how I was taught back in the day was that, like, you know, the electrons, you know, orbit the nucleus of the atom, right? Like the sun and the planets around the sun, right?
Yeah.
But that's not true. Like it's really like a wave. It's more an electron or an atom is 99.99999% energy, not matter. So there's this concept of superposition. And so the electron doesn't show up until the observer observes it.
Yeah, that's the double slit experiment.
Oh, okay.
And then, so the beauty of that is like you got and this is where it blew everyone's mind, is like you understand that. I'm going to talk off air about this more, just because I'm afraid to sound wrong, but like light, we use light as light explores every single possible option.
Yeah, well, the electron is in every possible state until it's observed. So it's in every possible.
So with a double slit experiment, right? So like say there's there's two slits, and the side or you look at is where that's going to be.
Right.
Okay, but now what if there's 3 slits? Okay, now what if there's 4 slits?
It's going to be
what if there's infinite slits? And then you get to the point, wait, if there's infinite slits and I still, it's only the one where I observe, you realize it's exploring every single possible avenue.
So that's
what we see.
So it must be outside of space and time.
It's something crazy.
It has to be. Yeah, so that's quantum. But okay, so those were a lot of books there. I read a lot of books on meditation too.
Yeah, that's something I've never done, but I've been curious about, like, what the rewards of that thing.
We'll talk off air about some experiences too, but just like all that stuff. I just am about to finish the Steve Jobs book. That's a thick one, but I'll say this, his commitment to excellence is ridiculous. He was, I'm not going to speak wrong on him, right? He's passed away, of course, but everyone who known him said he was an a-hole, right?
Yeah, you know,
but I gotta get this point out, because if you let me stop at that, you're like, damn, this dude said whatever. But they said they would have worked for him, like people under him, especially on like that Macintosh project.
Oh yeah,
that they would have worked for him 10 times out of 10, knowing the experience was crap. But he used to talk about that he could bend reality to what he wanted it to be. So like the Macintosh needed to get like produced in, like they need a new copy to present before the sales team or whatever in like a week. And it usually takes like 6 weeks. And he was like, yeah, I need it in a week. And like, he just had, I guess from the book, like he just had an interesting way of convincing people that things would just work, and almost empowering, but I guess you just have to read the book or watch the documentary.
Well,
too.
Steve Jobs, like, is there anything really good? Like, there's been good stuff, but it's just kind of still doing exactly what they've been doing for years now.
You know,
and Steve Jobs, like, actually, he just made like just phenomenal changes. Whatever you think about his personality, like, you can't deny the guy was a genius.
You know, he was a majority stakeholder in Pixar. Like, he was the CEO of Pixar.
No way.
And he was in the production of Toy Story. You know, Woody, the character Woody, was really supposed to be a villain in the original copy, in the original writing. And so like they had like this big meeting. It wasn't Steve Jobs who did it, but he was in favor of making Woody a friendly character instead of like a villain. Isn't that crazy?
I think it's just, man, say what you will, that guy makes a lot of right calls.
Yeah.
Woody being a villain would have think that. Maybe I'm wrong, but Woody was like,
yeah,
he's the guy.
That wouldn't have been a good movie. I don't know if it would have probably been good, just because.
Wouldn't have been as good, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole Woody and Buzz.
Yeah.
Like I could see where they get the angle of him being a bad guy now, and kind of see it, right? Yeah. I think early on Woody hates him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other books. Tony Robbins. Have you heard Tony Robbins? I feel like everyone.
Why does it sound so familiar?
He's past our time, but he was like really big in late 80s, early 90s, like personal development, like probably the biggest name in personal development. Pretty phenomenal. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'll still say the book that really was like, it's like that hit. It was like the feeling I could never get again was The Alchemist. I
got to read that. You told me too long ago.
I've never got that same feeling from a book ever.
A lot of people say that too.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And it's interesting because like you kind of read a book and you're like, at least my understanding was like, bro, how could this change anything about me? Like, how could this change, how I see this, whatever? And you like read something, you read something that just change your perspective a little bit, then you see how it changes your habits and then changes like your performance in something. And you're like, I think that was what I was hooked on. And I think as I evolved through it, it's more so I realized the game is the game of change. It's the greatest lie ever told is that, change is a bad thing. Like change is one of the most phenomenal things you can do. Cause I mean, if our sales are constantly changing, like we probably got to change at some level in our thinking and our belief system or something. But yeah, there's some phenomenal books. It's funny, you tell people you read and you get a boatload of books from family members and so
everyone's
many people.
Got a book that touched them some type of way. And,
and it's so interesting because it's like, what do you want me to get from the book? That's the interesting part. Cause I wouldn't recommend you like a monk book on meditation. Like that's not your stilo. Like that's not your vibe.
I'm gonna stop throwing you like 1984 because now you mentioned that it's like Chancellor, beware of a dystopian. Go for it.
I'm like, Harrison, what do you want me to know? Nah, but it'd be interesting when it's like self-help books. Like when someone gives you a self-help book and it's like super specific about something, and you're like, oh, am I like missing this or something? like it's about like forgiveness or something. Okay, well, nah, but it's interesting. A book hits you based on where you're at in your life, and then you go back and look over again, and you're like, I don't know if I really agree with that. Like, I think, especially like in the dogmatic way I used to approach football, like I realize you can't approach reading like that. You have to just it's like a flow. Like you just have to let it flow because there's sometimes a book just stops serving you and it's over with. Like there's sometimes like the author, you can tell is just unauthentic in the way they're like writing. Like they're just writing. It was like a clickbait title. You can tell it's just a bunch of research, not personal experience, or like it's just super vague. Or it's like, like the bigger name, like dude has a podcast or dude, is big on social media.
I hate a lot of these celebrity ghostwriter books. I'm sure some of them are good. Like a guy like Steve Jobs makes sense because I'm like, you've done some other people. I'm like come on.
Well,
you just saying to have a book. It feels like some of these people,
and especially if you know their content, you're like, wait, that's not you. Like that, you don't talk like because when I read a book, I'm playing a movie in my head every time I read, and that's why I love it. I'm reading and I'm like visualizing like a whole movie, and then when I go back to it, I'm like, okay, this character.
When you're investing a lot of time in it,
yeah.
So if I'm reading a book from like no offense, like a Housewives of Miami, I'm like. And she's the author or something. I'm gonna be like, what the hell am I gonna invest all this? Like,
you gotta have some
your
discernment.
Experiences. This is a book to like give your friends. I don't think the rest, unless you want to make some money, which happens a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I think you need some discernment if you're gonna pick Housewives though. At the start. Unless before the purchase. Before the purchase for sure.
Give me the best book then. 1, 2. You said Alchemist.
Yeah,
I think a whole year is crazy. Getting 7 or 100 books.
You said just the Alchemist is crazy?
No, like you said, the Alchemist, like getting 100 in a year is just crazy itself.
Oh, so, what are the best books?
Yeah, give me a Mount Rushmore if you don't want to rank them.
Yeah, I'll give you Mount Rushmore. I'll say Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. It's about epigenetics, neuroplasticity, meditation.
I've been reading a lot.
Gene regulation, all that. It's amazing.
What's
right?
What did you say? Epigenetics.
A gene signals an environment signals a gene. So like,
okay.
Me and you were in here, like something in the environment would signal us our gene regulation, genes getting upregulated or downregulated.
That does sound interesting.
Causing sickness, right? They've recently discovered that genes that hereditary genes being passed down, only like 1% of them are actually passed down that cause sickness. And so like when people say like this is controversial, it's not even controversial.
It's your thought right now. Or it's an idea.
Well, it's not. I don't even know if it's idea because there's enough published papers out there right now. But you can go look it up for yourself. But like someone saying like, oh, like I've been passed down this genetic trait, like only 1% of the diseases are actually passed down.
That's
so
crazy.
now they need to figure out what is signaling the gene, and they've narrowed it down to the environment. So that's what epigenetics is.
An environment could be like processed foods and everything.
No, this
Just
like
really,
yeah, like the way you talk to me, like the way,
crazy.
yeah. So it goes to like family environment, like why, like how can two people work in the same thing and one get sick and one not, right? So there has to be whatever. And then it talks about like how the internal world, like how your internal thoughts and whatever signal genes as well, upregulate them or downregulate them too.
Man, so if you're just like getting sick a lot around this dude, you gotta switch things up, or
right, or why
environment,
why is that affecting you, or why thoughts can make you sick, all that good stuff. And I would say that you got to throw in I think becoming Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins is great for like just starting off, like philosophy stuff, like belief system, like rewire your brain, all that good stuff.
Easy to swallow.
Easy. Pushes the limit.
Okay.
Pushes the limit where it's like, it's not easy. It's a thick book, 400, 500 pages, but like
capable and doable.
It pushes the envelope, makes you think a little bit harder. Oh my gosh.
Read anything just like fiction? Have you read one fiction? That might not be you. I'm not saying you have to.
I'm reading I read The Rocking Chair Prophet by that was pretty good. I read The Alchemist. I read
The Alchemist is fiction?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Oh, you told me about that one.
Yeah. Then I'm reading a book called The Nine Faces of Christ right now.
Yeah. They do different things. Apparently the fiction, I don't know how true it is. Like they're the ones that give you more empathy and like understanding of like human emotion.
Ooh, which
supposedly one? Fiction books.
Yes. I necessarily.
And that's a broad brush though. It's assuming more of like the fairy tale, happy story,
right.
Not the.
I guess I'm more so on I like the books with like the fiction with like heavy principles in there.
Yeah.
Like real heavy principles. I think The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, like that provides that. I think I like Think and Grow Rich. Like I like the Napoleon Hill books. I think he's a really good author. I like Neville Goddard. He's probably my favorite philosopher from like of lately. He's like 1950s. His books are phenomenal. I really loved I'm trying to think. I love James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. I thought that was amazing. There was a few more. There's a few more. I'm trying to think. But yeah, those are just a few. Geez, I'm trying to.
You've been that's what happens when you read a lot of books.
Yeah.
That's a lot of memory storage you got.
Yeah, I know. It is a lot of memory.
I always wondered this. I wonder like what Alzheimer's is sometimes. Like, is it you unable to remember stuff, or is it your brain just going through more and more files?
Well, it's a lack of a certain neurotransmitter.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's not dopamine. It's not serotonin. It's like the long one with the 8 and adrenocrindle whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a lack of a dopamine. But yeah, what was the question? The memory? What were you talking about? Memory?
We got off the Mount Rushmore. I was just wondering. I was confused.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do people just get more? Because you were trying to remember the books. And that just made me think of Alzheimer's. It's like, why does that happen? I'm all over the place, man.
No, I
like a week off with like high school. I was just a week off. I've been here just hitting buttons and doing a little bit different than what I normally do.
Some human interaction you've been lacking.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, that being said, we'll throw it to break. We got plenty more segments to figure that out here. So don't go anywhere. What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington? We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot, and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Hello? Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington, segment number 2, 402-464-5685. You guys can join in as always. And the Starter Heyman text line, as well as Facebook, YouTube, X, the Allo channel 961. All right, Chancellor Brewington. I couldn't tell you at all, like what to summarize that first segment with.
Yeah,
It was a bit all over the place.
I would say 100 books in a year.
Yeah, 100 books in a year.
100 books in a year. Reflection.
And a weather update.
And a weather update. We were trying to figure out what 48 or 4 to 8 inches was. But okay, so I opened up a book that I just bought. I don't even know if I'm gonna read it. Sometimes I just get books to fill up the library now.
I was good. How do you get a nice little library shelf going? Do you get the big boy shelf? Where do you keep all those?
Yeah, I have like it's kind of ghetto right now, but I have a shelf. It's like a smaller shelf that I have like probably 130 books on there.
It's gonna come falling down pretty soon.
140. Well, I mean, it's pretty big. It's pretty stable. I want to wait till I get my like real bookshelf because I want to get like custom carving on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I want like certain little things on it, like little sayings and stuff. Albert Einstein had there's some biblical verse from Romans. It was like it was like all of creation is waiting in eager expectation for the sons of man, or I think it's the sons of God to enter into their glory. So basically, like, get off your butt and start working because people are counting on you to become the fullest version of yourself. Right? That's my interpretation. Who knows what he probably saw something completely different in that, right? But I want to get something like that engraved into the like shelves.
You ever just want to pick up woodworking yourself?
No, never.
No,
never. No. I mean, I'll pay someone who's a pro at it.
Even just etching, or no? Screw that.
No, screw that.
I don't know.
No,
it's probably hard.
No, it's probably hard. I want it to look nice, so I don't know if I'm not gonna say I believe myself, but I don't know if I would probably have to get trained at that, whatever. But I want to get that eventually. I opened up a book, and the quote on it was amazing. I picked a random page, and there's a quote, and it said, "Judge each day by the seeds you plant, not by the harvest you reap." And so I think it's ironic because it's like the seeds you plant, you can't really see. You don't see them, right? You can feel that you planted something, right? But you can't really see them, of course. And then the next step of that is not by the harvest you reap. You can see the harvest, right? Like, you know the feeling when you accomplish something and you get you're getting it, you have physical evidence of something. Like there's an instant gratification. There's a dopamine release. There's a bunch of different things that go on. But when you're planting seeds, it goes to this thing called faith, right? Where you have to put faith that you are planting a seed, right? And that there's a power, whatever you call it, that is I will say greater than you in awareness, that is for your good and is going to bring that seed into a fruit, which a fruit has more seeds inside of it, and the process of harvest and reap and then sow will continue forever and forever. And it just hit me like 2 days ago. It's like, that's so beautiful. Cause like, what if you were like, man, I planted seed today, but then it goes to, what if it's one big thing that you're continuously planting seeds? Well, you're not. I don't know if you're planting a seed each time. I think you planted the seed and now you're watering it.
Yeah, you don't know if it's catching all the water, but you're doing something for it.
Yeah, then obviously a good gardener never digs up the seed and see if the plant is growing.
Yeah,
right.
There you go. That's the analogy right there.
Yeah, so you just let it be, and then you trust it. You trust it, and then it goes from like, I've examined like what believing is. Like, what does it mean to believe? And I think even the word, like, I think the English word of like believe, I think we've kind of distorted it a little bit.
I don't know what the true origin is.
Well, I just think when I say like, yeah, I believe in that. Like, it's very, we use it very loosely. Yeah. Like, we use it loosely. I think we perverted it, not in like a crude sense, but just in a, like, just lack of depth. Right. And so like, when I say like, man, yeah, I believe in this. Like, it's kind of like, you know, we just throw that around, right? But then, like, what if we can have like certainty? Like, I think that's like, there's no, like, it's certain. Like, Alan Watts, a awesome philosopher. He's like into like the Buddhist, Zen, Taoist. But he used to talk about like jumping into a lake or jumping into some water. Said you don't like freak out thinking the water's going to drown you. Like if you can swim, like it's not going to swallow you, right? You're just going to, you're just going to swim and have fun. You're certain that you're not going to drown, right? Now, a person who take that same principle into your life, believing for something, like it's obviously way harder because there's so many different illusions and tests that come up, right? But if somehow we could just, what Bruce Lee said, be like water, just be like, just be like, and just, okay, like I know there's a power that's surrounding me and all around me that's, that is always for my good and always going to bring this to fruition. I love that word, fruition, into fruition, I should say. Then I think there's a level of certainty behind that. And I think there's a peace. And I think you can like, I know you can enjoy life more from that place than loosely believing in something. I know you can be way more engaged in a conversation. Think about it. If I'm certain that the thing my deepest desire in life is already fulfilled, already finished, right? And I'm obsessed with it, right? And I can't stop thinking about it. I can't, whatever. And I'm in a conversation with you. We're just talking about, the game last night. We're probably not going to have a productive conversation because my mind's somewhere else. I'm not present. But if I'm certain, I could just leave that because I already know it's taken care of. I could just be talking with you like, yeah, like, ooh. And then when it's time to, do work on that, we do work on it. And I think I'm really talking to myself. That's really the biggest lesson I've learned in my reading journey.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of athletes got to figure out, right?
Yeah.
You just immediately go to uncertainty.
Right. And then it's almost like, so it's certainty in the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you're locked into, I don't know what's going to be.
Well, it's like, I'll say, because we, in like the process of creating something, you create the vision, the goal, the dream, the reality that people talk about, whatever. You create that, right? But you're still in the present moment, right? So that's on the 3-dimensional plane. That's some in the future. If you want to get in quantum, whatever, that's a whole nother conversation.
I think I touched on that as best I could.
Yeah.
Put that one aside.
Yeah. So, but if we have certainty for that, whatever, it's the how that doesn't matter. But that's what we get stuck on, is how that's going to happen. Yeah. The road, the map, the trail, like I need to know. And so, especially you're talking about athletics, it's like, so it's certainty in the unknown, and the unknown is how do you get from A to C? It's the B part. Like, how do you get from where you are to where you want to go?
Yeah. And then unknown's scary.
It's scary, but also it's also like it pushes you to change.
Yeah.
It pushes you to become someone new. You can't walk through it as yourself.
And it's literally like getting in the car for the first time. You've never done it. You're not sure how it's going to go down, but you figure something out.
Right. And then eventually
you're going to conquer it. Now, next time you go get a car, you're like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm certain I know how to go.
Or it's
get
like
a good price on this bad boy.
Or it's like the first month of high school.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, I don't know if you went to a smaller high school.
I had to impress like 20 kids, and I was there.
Okay. So imagine going to a lunch with 1,000 kids. Like you're like sitting by yourself. I'm an introvert, so I'm like sitting by myself, like just eating my.
Were you like a small kid growing up?
I was skinnier.
I mean like height wise, like you shrimp.
I was 6 foot. Like one freshman year, I was probably 145.
Okay.
Why? You think I was like a weirdo or something?
No, I was trying to figure out like if you were like shy kid, like oh man.
Oh yeah, I was super shy.
Like,
I've always
thought
been
you were like undersized. I don't know what was going on.
No,
I'm
just a little weird. I don't like. Right. I'm getting better. The radio show has helped me a lot. I just didn't like talking a lot.
Oh
yeah. But it's like high school. You figure it out. A month down the road, you figure it out, and then it's like, oh, and then there's a new challenge that comes up. You guys talk to the girl, right? Or you got to make the football team, or like there's just different things, and it's like, but I think it's the willingness to go into the unknown that scares people, freaks people out. But if you watch and listen to people, like if you listen to Steve Jobs, like his story, like when he was in his story is a little different, but there was still like a lot of unknown.
But he was just really good at figuring it out fast.
Yeah, well, he went to India and studied under a monk, right? And like was into meditation, and then he came back and was going to be like a spiritual teacher or like just go the spiritual route. And his teacher told him like, no, like you have a calling here on earth, right? Like you have to go pursue something. So you
what
almost
a clutch monk.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Like this is like, he's like, if there's anyone to credit, because he was like I guess he was super like persistent, and obviously he has an obsessive personality, right? Or immersive personality. But
man, that's like Rich Glover.
Who give me, I'm not familiar.
Everybody remembers the run back in the day. Like for game of the century, everybody remembers the run. But if you look at Glover, he was just a monster on defense. And that's like the monk. It's like everybody remembers the run, but it's like without Glover, that's never happened.
Yeah, so you don't get the iPhone in your hand right now. You don't get that if you don't have that monk telling Steve Jobs.
That is crazy
to go follow.
Especially when you're a monk, you think like anybody that can get somebody cool and with them to like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's probably hard to recruit people to do that for a life.
Right.
Man, did not know that he was spiritual. We got like 2 more minutes. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but that kind of blew my mind.
No, he was super spiritual. And then he kind of had a friend that he ended up kind of doing really dirty, who created the first Apple
out of their garage, right? That was like early
out of his family's garage. But even that was like super unknown. Like there was a bunch of like trials. People weren't messing with it at first. Like, and then all of a sudden some random guy put in an order for 50 of them.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs thought it was just the keyboards. So he gave him 50 keyboards, and the dude's like, no, I want the whole computer set and this. And so they had to like go get like, I mean, the amount of loans they got just to do the back end production stuff, like it was insane. Like, and so that's a bunch of unknown, right? And so I love the Tony Robbins story. We'll finish with this one. He's a motivational speaker, just phenomenal guy, right? Well, I would say phenomenal. I don't really know him.
From what we know.
Yeah, from what we know. From what we can collect together.
I'll just go after you. What you read.
Yeah, bestseller, right? And so how he got started, he's the one who actually encouraged me to read 100 books, right? So
he's the philosopher one?
What?
He's the philosopher?
Motivational speaker.
Okay.
90s and early 2000s, right? Okay, so he was on a radio show one time, right? And he was talking about a method where he could rewire someone's brain in less than 10 minutes, okay? Of any phobia, okay? And so, a therapist called in, and he's like calling Tony Robbins out, like, you're a bunch of BS. Like, imagine someone calling in and telling me, like, or calling in, saying, right?
To be fair though, like I'm getting the same kind of vibe. I'm thinking like a lobotomy.
Right. So, Tony Robbins says, you study some type of science, right? The mind, all this stuff. And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, good scientists test their hypothesis, right? And so he said, I have a lecture at this hotel. Bring your worst patient. Give me a heads up of what the symptom is, what the phobia is, and I'll cure it less than 10 minutes. Okay. So he's like, yeah, okay. I got a lady who's been scared of snakes for 10 years. Okay. So the conference the next day gets like 500 people. It usually was like 50 people. 500 people show up. The dude walks in with the lady, right? He ends up rewiring her whole thing. By the end of it, he pulls up, he brings out a snake, brings it in front of her. She doesn't really have a reaction. Success, right? Okay, he tells the backstory. He's only done that process like 5 or 6 times before that, and got 5 or 6 success stories. That was his claim to fame. So if he didn't go do that, that was the unknown. If he didn't go do that, there might not be a Tony Robbins.
That's crazy.
And this is the greatest motivational speaker of all time. Like there's no one bigger than Tony Robbins. So yeah, the unknown.
Well said. We'll throw the break. Don't go anywhere. What's brewing with Chancellor Brewington?
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Third segment, What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. Got the host as always to my left. You guys can always join in. Shout out to, I believe it was Brandon Kennedy. Says, keep up the hard work. I think earlier we were talking about your 100 books. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
What else you got? We got like, I'll be honest, we only got 4 5-ish minutes left here.
4 or 5-ish minutes. Appreciate the comment. I don't even know if it's hard work. It's just something I really enjoy. It was easy for me. So
discipline, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think discipline's hard work. Even if it's easy, it takes hard work to do it every single day.
Yeah. I think it eventually turned into something like it was like something I love though.
That's what happens with all bad things, which is kind of crazy.
Bad things.
Well, like it's not a bad thing, but it sounds
hard.
terrible.
Like
working out sucks. You meet somebody who works out every day for 2 years, they actually feel terrible if they don't work out. They love it.
Right.
You know, reading. Most people think it sucks, and then you read enough, and all of a sudden you look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, even eating healthy.
Yeah.
Like you don't like eating healthy until you start eating healthy, and then you start feeling good, and you're like, oh, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm going vegan this week.
Whatever, man. That one I don't know about.
I I've gone vegan for over a year and a half.
Yeah, I don't. What is the benefits in vegan though? That's always where I could be totally wrong. You guys can, slander me on the text line. I don't.
What are the benefits of vegan? Well, for starts, I mean, the anti-inflammatories in meat.
Said anti-inflammatory in meat.
Yeah, so like
the inflammatory, or what? Wouldn't anti be a good thing?
Or the inflammatories in meat. My bad. The inflammatories within meat. I mean, for me personally, it was more so like the chicken, and then it just evolved into all red meat too. To start off with, but I was trying to heal from a surgery really fast. I was trying to do like a 6-month recovery in 3 months, which is insane. Which it didn't end up working, but
Yeah, fish.
No, that would be pescatarian or pescatarian.
I like Mediterranean meat and fish. Give it to me.
Yeah. No, it was cool though. I did it like the real way though. Like I didn't do like the plant-based burger. Like I didn't do any of that.
I think
stuff.
that's a
worse.
good way to do it though.
That's worse.
Yeah,
though.
because if we're gonna go with all the fake stuff, it's like, what's the point of doing this?
I did make a like mushroom steaks though. Like
just mushrooms though?
Huh? Yeah, they're just mushrooms, but you season them and the texture is just like a steak. So yeah, people used to hate on me, but I don't know. It's kind of like my personality. I just like just diving into some like head first, you know?
Yeah, just feel it.
Yeah, like this.
I'm just gonna catch you like in Lincoln. It's like, oh, there's Brewington. He found a mulberry tree for breakfast this morning.
Bro, it's not like that. I mean, for breakfast, if I have one of my go-to breakfasts is apples, honey, and peanut butter. That's all vegan.
That sounds good though.
I like oatmeal. I like oatmeal. I like bananas and oatmeal. Like that's all vegan. Right?
Okay.
I
just couldn't.
And
do
then,
it.
like,
if it makes you feel better,
for dinner, I had rice, black beans, season them well, of course.
Yeah,
I had potatoes, peppers, and broccoli, and I put them all together in a bowl.
Can you put? I don't know. Can you put oil or no?
Yeah, I cook with butter.
Or like coconut?
I cook with butter.
What is that?
Butter?
Oh, cook it with butter. Say cook it. So weird.
I'm about to say, yeah, I cook with butter.
Get hearing aids checked out after this one. That's like twice. We've just been way off.
Yeah.
Thunder Not Counts. Horrible take.
By me?
He thinks so as well. I'm not also
the
just
vegan,
not a vegan
stuff?
guy. He said, let me get a word for word.
Thunder
This take is as hot as LeBron being the GOAT. Oh, okay.
So is he saying I'm good?
He's saying you don't like protein. Thunder Not Collins. I'll be honest though. I'd like to be careful.
What?
I don't know what Thunder Not Collins looks like. Because that'd be crazy. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna call you scrawny.
So, I look scrawny?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't say you look scrawny.
I know. What
Thunder Not Collins is saying all I hear is I don't like protein.
No, I like, bro. I will smash 2 New York steaks, 2 butter steaks. And,
yeah, that's what I'm getting confused. Why do you want to go vegan?
Well, no, I don't. I just okay. So
do you just do it because you like challenges? It seems like part of your core in this past year.
I think that's my life, but
maybe.
I don't know. I just like I like something that push me and betters myself. So,
but does it better you?
Yeah, your gut microbiome has 500 billion neurons within there.
I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist, and I definitely eat stuff that I like is definitely not good for you. So
Yeah,
I'm sure me, it's more just about processed foods, not so much like vegan.
Now, if I had the way to go, I need to find someone out here with a this is probably how you. This is no offense. This is probably how you grew up eating.
Yeah, let's see it.
Like a cow, like killing a cow and then putting it in the freezer.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of cow meat.
That's how you did it, huh?
When you buy a half a cow or whatever.
Yeah. That's how you did it.
Yeah.
So I was right. So it's not offensive.
No, it's not. I mean, you got good cattle around. You're gonna eat it.
Right.
So maybe that's where my offense is coming from. It's like
because you grew up like that.
Yeah, it's like
my mom. So you have to think about my mom had cancer and she went raw for a whole year. So we had no meat, no processed foods.
Oh, that makes
only
sense.
raw food in high school too. So sneaking in like Burger King was like committing sin in a Catholic house. Like it was.
That makes it understandable though, because you would be like kind of a punk to be pulling that. Like if the whole family's committed and you just like bring in a Whopper.
Yeah, like
all right, Brewington, thanks. And everybody else just eating salad. All right, we'll throw it the break here. Hour number 2 coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington. 402-464-5685. Got an entire hour left. You guys can always join in through the Starter Heyman text line. I don't know, I switched up. I was like, I had an award voice there on the Starter Heyman text line, but changed up vibes here. Hour 2. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961 as well. Chance Brewington. Where do you want to go?
What do we hit tonight? We hit books.
Yeah.
We hit quantum physics.
Yeah,
we hit quantum physics and quantum mechanics tonight. We hit. It's a sports radio show. We haven't even talked about sports.
Hey, you got March Madness.
Yeah,
we got
I don't like college basketball. I don't like watching it. So
I mean, I know you like the NBA. Do you like the NBA or just LeBron?
I like the NBA. I guess I'm like kind of transitioning out of the NBA right now
because LeBron's about to retire, or because
it's just like
fan Luka and Bronny hate slander. What's going
LeBron's
on?
hurt right now, so
yeah.
And the Lakers are 2-3 since he got hurt post Celtics game. 4th in the
They're
West.
also on the most brutal stretch.
Yeah, they have.
LeBron conveniently got hurt for the most brutal stretch. Is all I'm saying.
You hear this guy?
Yeah,
you hear this guy? Do you hear this guy?
You hear Brian just walking up over to Stephen A. Smith? Did you see all that drama?
LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, well, still bothering me, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about it. Well,
and then I saw Gilbert Arenas clowning on it too, and I'm like, I don't like it when he was.
Stephen A. went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast and was talking about it.
I don't necessarily like Gilbert Arenas' podcast. I'm not saying they're bad guys, but they say a lot of stuff. They also said Steph Curry was crying in the locker room or something like that. I'm like, man, what are you guys sharing all the time?
Yeah, Gil has no chill.
They seem to overshare or make stuff up. Yeah, okay.
So they don't, and it's like,
but making stuff up is different than no chill. And sometimes I feel like it's the first one.
Nick Young. Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, Gilbert Arenas is a sporadic character who made his name in the NBA for. I mean, you think about him wearing number 0, and then there's another incident that you think about, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that controls his narrative, but like he was always that like. Even at U of A, like he was just that like larger than life character that, you know, really didn't play by the rules. Like and just was kind of the anomaly or whatever you want to call it. But no, yeah.
It's like
what's it?
Early Draymond.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if we've ever seen anyone like Draymond. Charles Oakley.
We've never seen anybody empower Draymond though, the way the Warriors have.
Yeah, and then it's like the league is scared of him too. Like back in the day, like that wouldn't have slid.
Someone would just knocked him out.
Charles Oakley probably would have, or
Barkley?
Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley.
Barkley?
Oakley.
Are you another player? Am I blanking on the great Charles Oakley?
Yeah, Charles.
What team?
Well, I mean, I would say he was great. He bounced around a lot. I know he was with the Bulls. I want to say Knicks.
What year is this?
This is 80s, 90s.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, man, it was a Bull. I completely missed them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you a crazy.
You're not talking Barkley?
No, I'm not talking.
Okay,
I'm not talking Charles Barkley.
I don't know, man. We've had some
Oakley.
awful whiffs.
Look up Charles Oakley right now. Yeah, I used to hear. I had some old heads back home who had some run-ins with him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah. That I guess that was like Michael Jordan's like best friend.
Charles Oakley,
and like he was crazy.
Yeah, 1.3 points, 7.7. The guy was like not playing.
Yeah, but he's crazy though.
Just an enforcer.
Like he's
a crazy enforcer.
Like he's crazy. Like people are scared of him. Yeah.
Yeah, just ask. Yes, they're still friends today. Have been since their teammates in the 1980s.
1980s. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he was to run in with Draymond, I mean, he would probably. It probably wouldn't be like too like. I don't think anyone's backing down. I don't think Draymond's backing down. I don't think Charles Oakley backing down. So,
yeah, I don't know. Draymond seems to pick his fights a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Oakley seems like a guy who's just going to swing at anybody if he feels like he's being disrespected.
He's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy.
Draymond will wait for a guy like Sabonis.
Yeah, he done lost his mind. Yeah,
like Sabonis here, let me jump on him. But if that's Jokic, you're not doing it,
right?
Because Jokic's brothers are about that business, and so is Jokic. If you're not scared of Jokic, you're scared of his brothers.
Yeah, his brothers. Yeah.
Who is the scariest player in the league?
I'm not even finna talk on him right now.
Give me the guy in the league that you would not disrespect. Like, not because
I
of his
wouldn't
family.
disrespect any of them.
Well, I'm saying, okay, you're Draymond Green.
Like in game, I'm gonna think
where
twice.
do you draw the line?
Like I'm gonna think twice before I say something.
Like, would PJ Tucker ever be that? Not the guy I'm thinking of.
You talking about like the ball dude from Rockets?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
he was on the Rockets.
like what are we talking about? Like we're talking like
there's always that tough guy. You don't mess with him. It was Trevor Ariza. I remember back in the day, and that's not me. That was just like that was everything that I heard.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I'm in that mode, I don't really care. But I mean, if we just talking casual, whatever, I wouldn't say nothing. I think I'm a bad. I can't answer this question. Yeah.
I'm fearless.
No. It's not so much that, but it's just like I wouldn't disrespect no one. Okay. And if I was to ever like get in that mode of disrespecting someone, anyone can get
You're
it.
so gone out of your mind already.
Yeah.
So that's on you. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can see that. There's no middle ground.
Yeah. But like in football, like I'm trying to think back. I barely remember my football days now, to be honest.
I wasn't mean enough in football. That was my biggest problem.
Yeah, I was mean. Like I remember we had it was late game situation. I had a young dude with me playing, and we had to close the game out, right? And guys were banged up. This is like when Volkolek was hurt, Borkshire was hurt. Like it was just like a mess, right? So I was closing the game out with this young dude, and my job was literally to make him get lined up, all this stuff, right? The young dude, on the other side of the ball, he played with someone in high school, right? And so the young dude's like, the guy on the other side of the ball is like, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. I won't say his name. He's like, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And the dude, the young dude I'm playing with, he starts talking to him. What's up, bro? And I let it slide the first play, right? And then the dude then we line back up. Dude's like in a, like he's a stand-up edge, right? He starts talking again. And the dude responds. I said, hey, man, we won't know him. Won't know him right now. I said I was about to say what I really said.
Yeah.
I said, man, we won't know him. And then he's like, nah, what? And I said, man, stop talking to him. Like, we're not friends right now.
That
like,
seems pretty normal. I'd hope anybody would say that. That's
no,
crazy to be talking to.
No, I mean, that happens, bro. You'll never guess how many times it's just casual conversation. Oh, good block. Oh, good job. Oh, hey, hey, didn't you go to high school? And like all this. I used to Harrison,
That'd make my blood boil a little
it used
bit.
to boil my blood because I was, you know, like I was thinking you had to kill the opponent, like the opponent in the most respectful way, and I don't mean this in a morbid way, but they need to die in some aspect.
Yeah,
like they need to feel
emotionally at the very least.
Yeah, like but like
understand they can't win.
Yeah, like understand, like they need to whatever. And so when people like didn't do that, I was like, because I think about it. So when I first got introduced to football, for real, like going and entering to college, I had 2 mentors, and they were like my hood gurus. Like they were like my hood, like.
You got the Lincoln?
No. This is like in high school when I was about to go to college. This is back home. And so like they played in the NFL, but they had very like unique ways of approaching football, and it was not traditional at all. It was super like spiritual. You play with your soul, like you play with the essence of who you are, right? So that's how I got introduced to football.
Like Aaron Rodgers today.
No, completely different.
Well,
I'm talking like Brian Dawkins, like
okay,
like you got to take his soul, like that. Like that's how I was taught football. So when I got to college, it didn't make sense when like people were like, oh, like I'm just gonna go.
That doesn't make sense. Even though like I wasn't psychotic, you know, I'm not calling it. Even though I was never that point though, but I don't know. At least my school, like who the hell's talking to the other team like that? Even if you know them.
Well,
I could see it happens probably in college more because you're at that level and you kind of know the guys, but I mean that's crazy. I've never.
Well, I mean, think about it. You played in high school with a guy, right? What'd you play?
Tight end, outside linebacker.
Okay, your quarterback and your middle linebacker is across the line of scrimmage from you, and you say, "What's up, man?" Like,
not doing it now.
Yeah, so I'm the same way, but a lot of people are like, "Hey, good job, bro." Like, how's the fam? Like, fam's good. Like, I would always do that after the game.
I only like if the quarterback does that for mind games. You know, it's like
I would actually like it more if I knew you and hit you, or like did you crazy.
That's the difference.
I would actually like get a rush out of that.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah. So, but anyways, back to what I was saying. The aspect of like football for me was you play with your soul. Like you play. This is not like it wasn't a game. Like it was life. It was spiritual. There was like I used to say like there was like a spiritual connection on the football field. Like I literally felt like I was close to the source creator, whatever you want to call it, right? And so when other people just showed up for training, I was preparing to like.
So did your blood just boil immediately as soon as you saw people like taking their foot off the gas? Like, did you get mad at like the people, or were you just always mad no matter what people were doing?
No, I mean, I think it was more so just like it was just disgust. It was just like,
okay, yeah,
like what are you like? And then I'm just a quiet dude, so I would just internalize it and just play harder. Like and so that was how I got introduced to football. So when I got to college, people would like show up late to practice and show up late to workouts. It used to blow my I used to not understand it. I used to be like, wait, so you got a scholarship to come here and you show up late, and then when you show up on time or when you show up late, you don't give it your all, and then like you don't work out on your own.
There's
outside
some
of
fans that still don't know that hard truth that there's just athletes. It's impossible to get.
No, I'm talking the best. I'm talking the players that you know.
I know, but I'm like saying like
I'm talking
there's a lot of fans that
I'm
don't.
talking 99.9% of the players on the team.
Yeah.
So I used to like, and so then I was like, never let it affect you. Never, because like this is how you were taught the game. And so what I realized outside of football, like after football, it was never about football. They were teaching me about life. Maybe a little dramatic and extreme in some ways, but the overlying principle is that like whatever you immerse yourself in, you do it with your soul. Like you that's why like when you talk about like you just like the reading, like I don't know, I just need to immerse my soul into something to like for not, I don't know, fulfillment, but just for the expansion process. Because I think each one of us at some level, I would say on the foundational level, are seeking to expand and fully express who we really are, right? And I think football was a perfect avenue for that at one period of my life. And so I didn't understand why other people didn't see it that way. But from a mature standpoint, is like it's not really that serious.
Yeah.
Like it's not that like for me.
But it can be.
Like but
on what you get out of it.
You can make it that serious.
Yeah.
And I think the joy for the game and the love for the game and the attention to detail within the game goes up, a few notches when you approach it like that. But I think also some people just want to play for fun. And like, I used to Trey Palmer, like before games, we used to always talk. And he was like, yeah, like, bro, this is just a game, bro. Like, and I was the exact opposite. And in my evolution of football and life and maturity and consciousness, I was just like, oh, it's okay to approach things different. Like, like I didn't understand that at first. And I'm still learning, of course. But yeah, it's the football is interesting. That's why it's so hard it can be really hard to transition out of football specifically, because it's such a physical game. And a lot of people do approach it like that. Like they play with their soul. And what else can you immerse your soul into that is that fulfilling? Like,
good point.
You can find it. It's out there.
But that's definitely one that's
right.
There's a reason.
And it's an energy. It's an electrical charge that happens literally when you're playing football, because it's like it's euphoric. There's nothing that like the electricity that you feel running out in your body in front of 90,000, and then the next step is playing in front of 9,000. Next step is playing good in front of 9,000, and then next step is like winning in front of 9,000. Like the electrical feeling within the individual. I don't know if you can replicate that. So it makes sense why some athletes after do turn to drugs, do turn to, whatever it is. Why? Because they are trying to get that hit again and they can't get it anywhere else. Right. And so it's football is a beautiful game though. And I think if you find peace, if you're able to find peace after ball, and I think it can be hard. It was definitely I would say a difficult journey for me, but you can find peace outside of that and realize you can get that. It won't be the same feeling because it just won't be like hitting a dude with all your might and seeing him fall on the floor. Like there's nothing like that.
Yeah, but you won't be the same person either.
You said what?
You won't be the same person. You're going to be changing too.
Right.
So
right.
All perspectives change.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We got like 6 minutes left.
Oh, I thought you was about to throw the break.
No.
Yeah. I think I'm passionate about like the transition out of sports because I just got through it.
Were you like that with basketball or football then? Or not football, I mean baseball?
Baseball, yeah. Baseball's
a little bit harder to,
but like
physically hurt.
It was everything.
Your force.
But it was like everything though. Like I used to watch baseball all day, keep up scores. Baseball was everything.
That was your family thing too, right?
Yeah, Dad. I grew up in clubhouses and in locker rooms.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So baseball was just like it was just a hereditary thing, and transitioned to football later on.
But is there any sport you regret not doing, or nah? You're like pretty happy with that?
Track. If I would have ran track throughout like my high school, I probably
have a record, medal.
No.
Just good time.
No, I probably would have been trash at it, but because I wasn't that fast, but I would have got faster for football.
I see what you're saying.
And I would have developed how to run. I didn't know how to run until like training for pro day.
Yeah, and that's crazy because that's like you see the guys that do track, it helps them a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Especially if they're in that sprinter.
Yeah.
Like if you're in long distance, man, not so much.
Yeah. That's
if you're
probably
a sprinter. Yeah.
If my kid, I would assume that my kid will have some, I plan to have a good little flock, but I would imagine that one of my kids will have some kind of ambition to play something, and I would push no sport on my kid.
If you want to find the interest.
Yeah. Well, some parents aren't like that. I don't know if I was pushed or if it just happened. Like, every picture of a kid when I was a kid, there was a ball in my hand, like just.
Yeah.
And so there was definitely no books in my hand. I don't know where that came from, but I think I know for sure that girl, boy, whatever, I'll definitely throw them in track.
Track's one. I just, I don't want to throw them in anything, but it'll just be like, try it. My mom, the only thing my parents made me do is my mom did make me go out for speech one year.
Well, if you like sports, you're gonna play them all. Like we gonna play all of them, and we gonna see, okay, which one. Once you played all of them, which one are you coming back to every day saying, and like, where was your excitement levels? Like, because I hate this. Don't get me started on this tangent. I hate this thing where people apply this business rule or this entrepreneur rule where, you have to get good at one thing and this and this.
No,
and then they
agree.
apply it to a 7-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, oh, because you're not, I heard this actually at a church one time. And I was like, bro, it was like, my son is, the smallest in his class. I'm not going to put him in basketball, but the kid loves basketball.
Put him in basketball.
Okay. And then he's like, but he's really good at baseball. So we're just going to focus on baseball. Do you see, this is limited awareness, obviously. Playing basketball is going to get him 3 times better at baseball. And it doesn't make sense to someone who hasn't played athletics and like really gone through the process. But like, if you put your kid in soccer, he's going to be a better football player.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your kid in basketball, he's going to become a better football player. Like there's different
better athlete.
There's different movements, hand-eye coordination, and especially in like where your mirror neurons are like, really developing when you're younger. Like that's the time, like, like 7 to like 12 or 6 to 12.
Much better chances your kid's actually gonna get more out of it.
Nah, for real.
Like, send him to the one he likes most.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. It's that, especially when they're that young.
I think the principle
that always drives me nuts.
And then it's like the things you learn from sports, like teamwork, communication, being able to play in an organized environment, being able to take coaching, being able to be adaptable,
managing expectations.
Yeah,
like,
being
that's
able
a tough one for young kids.
Having a timetable, like being able to say, like, Mom, I need to be at practice at 6:30. Like being expected to be on time somewhere, but having that instilled in them. I mean, just little things like managing equipment, like being like, okay, like I have to get my clothes together for this, like, and there's like preparing for an expectation, dealing with loss, dealing with win, dealing with failure, dealing with accomplishment and achievement.
And every
like,
kid realizes at one point, like, damn, I'm not the best one out here. Because I think
unless you are the best one out there.
Unless you are, but I think most kids go out there thinking like, oh
yeah,
I'm gonna light it up soon. And like, because you're so innocent.
Yeah.
Like you just think. At least that was for me. And then it's not like I was bad, but I was like, oh man, I thought I had this in the bag. And just be turning it over like crazy. Also, pee-wee basketball. Like it's just good. Good to take some L's at a young age, figure out how to get over them and get better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Any final piece of wisdom on segment number 1 here?
Final piece of wisdom, man, put your kids in everything. If you can, if you can afford it, if that's in your budget. But
yeah, when you say everything, you don't mean like enter every single travel ball tournament.
Yeah, that I don't mean that.
I mean like with the
local
school, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was tough though. I remember I'll say it out. I'll say it on the flip end, but my summer, I'll explain my summer schedule in high school. It was ridiculous. Of all my sports, because I played 3 varsity sports in high school. So you talk about like doing everything, that it comes to a point where like doing everything is not it. Is not it. When you get to a certain level.
So like, what do you mean? We're not terribly over. What do you mean by that? Because like I did multiple sports, but it's obviously C2. So I think the busiest year, like maybe 1 or 2 football camps, some basketball summer tournaments. Yeah, but I did nothing track and nor baseball. So I had that part off.
Maybe it was because it's Arizona sports, but we used to have year-round sports. So like,
okay, that's definitely Arizona.
Yeah, so like football, you would have spring 7-on-7 tournaments, and then basketball, you'd have basketball tournaments in the summer, or summer 7-on-7 tournaments. You have summer travel baseball. This is for the high school.
Yeah.
So
we had our town travel baseball. I think that it's the same thing, but yours is a lot more
larger
active.
Scale.
Yeah, and you just have more people to officiate call games, coach teams, so you just end up having nonstop over the summer.
But what ended up happening was I would play football games in the morning. I would leave the football games, go play a basketball game.
No, that's
leave
crazy.
The basketball game, go pitch, go throw 7 innings, and then go. And then the next day it would be like go play the basketball. It would just be like a 1-day basketball. I'll go play. If it was Sunday, I'll go play. Finish the football tournament, then finish the baseball, whatever. Go play. Shortstop for a couple, whatever.
Yeah, no, I wasn't like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize like that's what you're saying. That is how does that, like, at some point that's got to raise like just health issues. You got to be worn out.
You got to be a dog.
I guess so.
You got to be
All right.
insane.
We'll throw the break on that. Segment number 5 coming up next. What's brewing, Chancellor Brewington?
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option. Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 18th is 15% off Wickster Seafood, 25% off Meat Mitch spices and sauces, corned beef for $9.99 per pound, and discounted Reuben brats while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Is your office technology holding your business back? At Hamilton, we're more than just an IT provider. We're your partner, focused on building integrated technology solutions tailored to your business needs, both today and for the future. We know that every business is unique, and that's why we provide the services and support you need and nothing you don't. We believe that together, you can continue to serve and support your customers while knowing that your technology is taken care of. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. As I got to dramatically fix my camera here, if I got that thing pointed up. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. All right, Chancellor Brewington, we haven't talked like any hoops at all, so.
Go ahead. I know that you've been dying to talk hoops. Go ahead.
Damn, you said that like you're actually upset. All right. I mean, you don't watch a whole lot of hoops. I'll ask you this, like.
I couldn't even tell you who's good. Cooper Flagg got hurt, right?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Should be back by round one.
Okay.
And they're in 1 seed. They're favorites.
That's a cool forerunner right there. Shout out to whoever has like a black forerunner. Kind of got the whole little get up going on.
What's your favorite car? You're not gonna know anything about this. It's just we can just go off.
Yeah, I might as well go off that one. You know, I've been fascinated by the Q8s, the Audi Q8s. Their flagship right now.
Yeah, my buddy, one of my buddies had those. He loved it to death.
Really?
Yeah.
It makes sense. I think they're really nice cars.
I think they're the best looking cars on the market. I've never
the
owned
Q8s
one.
or Audis.
Just Audis in general.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're same company. I mean, I believe Volkswagen, Audi, and they do Lamborghini. It's the same chain. I hope I'm right on that. I saw it from somebody and I didn't confirm it, so I'm going off of another man's word. So
I can say they look nice. I know the Jeep Commanders and the Jeep. Well, that's what I have. Like Jeeps are. Used to want one. We're not sponsored by them, so I can say it. Like they just break like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, probably my favorite.
Fun to ride, break a lot.
My favorite car I've drove was a Range Rover, and it's just like super smooth, super. But obviously, it's the same conversation. It's like they break down a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like there was a really old car. One of my buddies has it. It's like it used to be like the old Jeeps. I can't. You know what I'm talking about? It's
Like
probably
the
like
Wranglers?
90s. No, we're probably talking like 90s, 80s. God, I know the text when I know it. If I could just give a hint, I'm blanking on it so bad right now.
It's a Jeep though.
No, it's not a Jeep. It's like the Jeeps before the
Like
Jeeps.
a GTO.
GTO? Maybe it is GTO.
Well, I think that's like I know that's a song. GTO.
I don't
It's
know.
a song,
It's
I
basically
believe.
it almost looks like a little military car. I think it was awesome though.
Really?
And it's old as hell and it still drives so well.
I like the Defenders right now. The Defenders. It's in the Land Rover, same family of Range Rover. Defenders. It's like a military car or like a farming car overseas that they use, but out here like it's a luxury vehicle.
Oh, that thing's beautiful.
It's beautiful, huh?
See, I like those. Those are my type of cars. Like gas mileage be damned.
Yeah,
They
that'd
just
be-
look
yeah.
so much better.
Yeah. I think I really like the new Escalades. They have like the electric version. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh, I did see those.
I think it's a pretty reliable car, Escalade.
Yeah, you ever gonna get an
Decently.
electric car?
Would I?
Do you like electric or gas? Like not even just about. I'm not even talking about the environment. Like if you
Like
choose.
just like I think it would just be like the model of the car. Like I would just care about like, okay, like does the car look cool? Do I like it? You know, does it check all the
What do
boxes?
you care about performance a lot? Like because electric, you'll get the crazy 0 to 60.
Yeah.
Top speeds. I'd imagine electric's probably better too.
Yeah, I guess I like
how big is in performance? Because if you're really big on performance and just
I guess I like craftsmanship of the car. Like I see a car like kind of like art a little bit.
Okay.
Like oh, I really like the groove here or like the indent and the
yeah, I'm the same
shape.
way. Because the older
Yeah.
I get, the more I miss that 97 Buick.
97 Buick.
The Sabre, first car.
Okay.
It wasn't. Don't
Oh,
get
yeah,
me
the
wrong.
Velvet- the
Yeah,
Velvet,
don't get
yeah.
me wrong. It's not like
the
any-
Velveeta seat.
Yeah,
Velveeta
just
John.
straight velvet. The only thing that sucked about that was like after football practice, some velvet seats. You don't want like cloth. when you're just soaked in sweat.
That's nuts.
It's pretty nasty.
One car that I have a problem with right now. I hope nobody from BMW is listening. We're not sponsored by BMW, are we?
No.
BMW. Their new coupe series, like I believe it's like the 7, the 8, like all those series. The grills on those, they changed them, and I just think they're so ugly.
What do they look like now? What's it called?
They're just look at like a BMW, like a 7 Series BMW. Like the grill on it is just like 2025. The grill on it is so fat. Like you see the front of it?
Why?
Like it looks like it's like trying to talk to you or something.
It does. I'll put it on the StreamYard because this is ugly.
Like that's unacceptable. And then like the older ones, it was like just real calm. Like it wasn't too crazy. But these are like
I'll give it a second on that TV. It'll be.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think that's the right one. That looks hideous. Is that the right one? That's 2025.
Yeah, see the front of it?
Yeah, it looks gross.
And then you should see like their coupes or their like sedans. Like it's not attractive to the eye. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I'm the same way. Especially my biggest beef with cars is like not even like, well, it is the cosmetic. It's just like you can just shake all these little parts and it's just plastic, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It just feels like nothing is built like together in one piece that's like strong. Just feels like any little bit of plastic can break if I want to. Like back in the day, it used to be hard if you want to break something off. Now it's like just give it a yank and you can pop it off.
Yeah.
Like that's what drives me nuts about most things today.
And also all the cars are, well, a lot of the car companies, they're like, and it's smart.
Safety feature.
Well, no, it's like they're like Kia. Like when you think of Kia, like you're thinking of like a smaller Kia, like the Kia Souls back in the day. Remember?
Yeah.
The hamster commercial with the Kia Souls.
Yeah, they dropped that on the Super Bowl, and they're like, "That let's hold on to that for 5 more years."
Yeah, like, and it was like they killed it with that commercial.
They did. They ran it forever.
Yeah. Okay, but now Kia has like a 7-seater SUV now, like, and so like, but everyone's doing that. Volkswagen's doing it. Jeep is doing it.
Yeah.
Audi hasn't caught up to like the bigger, long, like the real SUVs yet, but like, I don't know. I think everyone's in that direction. So I don't really know if like I guess the quality of the vehicle matters, but if you don't like, I mean, think about it. If Volkswagen isn't a good company and you don't think it's a good company, it's like the SUV is probably not going to be good. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, most.
I'm over here trashing these cars right now. Oh, jeez, my bad.
They're never gonna be able to get one of these guys to sponsor.
Yeah,
let's go back to this March 18th episode.
Yeah.
No, the one I'm curious about is Tesla. See what those look. Those look by far look the craziest.
I love them. I love.
They're pretty new yet.
I love Tesla. I love Mercedes. I love BMW. I like Jeep, but I've heard a lot of problems and issues.
They're fun if you like the whole Jeep thing. If you want a Jeep Wrangler, like they're really beautiful looking cars. They suck to ride in the city. It's just bump, bump, bump. It's meant for off-roading. So if you're looking for a smooth ride, don't get one. If you get street tires on it, I'm going to look at you a little funny, being like, okay, it's an interesting car to have street tires on. So if you're going to get one, I just recommend being somewhere near where you can actually utilize it, because otherwise you're just going to have a bumpy ride as your everyday car.
I've had a lot of Toyota. I've had 3 Toyotas in my life.
Toyotas are nice.
They're great cars.
Great, old, probably the most reliable.
Yeah, great cars. Had no issues with all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Malibu. I had a not a Chrysler. Or is that a brand or is that a
Chrysler? I mean, Chrysler makes the parts for like Dodge and Jeep. I think they actually make the Jeep parts.
Yeah.
Chrysler is like a big parent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a yeah, I'm not gonna say that one, but I think Toyota is probably the most reliable car I've had.
I believe that. I think they win number one in reliability every year.
Yeah.
And I know Jeep's always like towards the bottom.
I drove a Lexus for like a couple days one time.
They're kind of nice.
I liked it. I was like,
smooth.
this is great.
Yeah. Same thing. I can't remember why I was driving. I borrowed the car for a little bit. Something was happening in mine. I was like,
this is great.
Yeah. I was like, I should really maybe just go ahead and get one of these.
Yeah. I remember I had a family member who had my grandma. She had the same Lexus for like 15 years and it just runs great. Like, don't need to upgrade. Like, it's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Yeah, especially if you take care of your car. Which that's also a problem with cars today is like, unless you're a software engineer that can quick do some decoding, like you got to take it to the mechanic, which is annoying.
Yeah.
You can't just fix your car anymore because you got to program the lights off. Because once your computer is broken in your car, you get, it's not like a virus, but it's just like something happens to it. I can just mess
with the engine,
mess with everything.
Yeah,
and it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you could just go fix your car. Today, even if you fix it, you probably got to go somewhere or buy a code reader to delete the codes. And if the computer's still bugged, like who knows what might happen. That's second beef. Plastic and computers.
Yeah. Did you know for a Range Rover, they have a battery that's in the back of the car?
What do you mean?
Like they have like a separate battery that's in the back, like in the trunk.
You get a spare battery?
No, it's like I guess I don't really understand it, but there's a battery in the back of the car. Like instead, you do your jumper cables like it's just in the front.
Yeah, so it's in the back?
Yeah, the battery's in the back. Is that like
that is weird.
That's weird, huh?
I guess like it's
I don't know.
What?
I'm not
trying to think of it just be
I'm not qualified to speak on it, but
you know what? Maybe more cars should do that. It'd be a hell of a lot easier more often than not to get a jump. Because think about it, when you pull into a parking spot, your front's going to be, unless they could pull up right next side to you, but it'd be much.
Yeah, I don't.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seems like not that big of a deal, though, so I don't know why they put it in the back unless it just made sense.
Just trying to be difficult, probably. Trying to be different.
Yes.
Trying to be different. Reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. All right, that's the car segment.
Car segment.
We've really been everywhere. Don't go anywhere. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington?
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
How would you like to be a part of the team bringing Lincoln's real sports talk to the city, the state, and beyond? 93.7 The Ticket is looking for experienced producers to help share the stories that matter. From Husker athletics to high school sports, national news to small college stories, you can be a part of informing and entertaining the greatest fans in radio. Apply today at theticketfm.com or bring your resume by our studio located at 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros. a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, final segment here on Ticket Weeknights. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Appreciate you guys listening. I've been listening all day long since the start of 6 a.m. and now we're all the way to going to be 11 p.m. Chancellor Brewington, last show of the day, last segment of the day, all yours.
Thanks, man. Man, we hit about everything for real.
I think we hit more unique subjects than we ever have. We talked about March Madness once, and that was Duke. Is Cooper Flag going to play? Yeah.
Yeah. Next topic. Oh, late night radio. I mean, that's like I watched a couple of minutes of Anchorman the other day.
Great.
I mean, that's
All-timer.
great. That's great. I think, where would you rank Will? I was about to say Will Smith, Will Ferrell on your all-time greats. Would he enter into your top 10?
I think so, right? It's tough for me. Like, if we're just basing it off a comedy, like, he's the top probably 3, 5.
Okay, give me your. I would like to hear this.
I live under a rock when it comes to pop culture, though. Like, I probably can't even name you that many comedic actors. Like Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Dave Chappelle in movies, though. Like, that's more just comedian, you know. So now
Gosh,
I already ran out of fuel.
Vince Vaughn. Don't know who that is.
Nah.
Oh boy, Owen Wilson.
Is that the blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not very.
Joe Bit Taylor.
Are we going comedian or just the good actors?
Like, I thought we were talking like comedy actors.
Okay. Who's dodgeball guy?
That's Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller's hilarious.
Okay, that's ridiculous. No.
Are we talking the guy?
No. I'm not throwing Ben Stiller on my top 10 comedic actors.
We're thinking of the right guy.
Yeah, he's all. I mean,
he's everywhere.
That's like, no, I'm not doing that, bro.
No, the other guy, the guy who
Steve Carell
is not the black, the guy who's actually the hero in that movie. He's funny. He plays kind of a witty guy. He's also in Wedding Crashers with Owen Wilson.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vince Vaughn's hilarious.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, he's hilarious. He's funny. Yeah, he's like, if you ever want to watch like a really funny movie, like I would say one of the best like funny movies of all time. Okay, that's crazy. One of the best funny Christmas movies is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. It is hilarious.
This is like the 10th time I've been told. I just need to watch it.
You've been told about this movie?
Yeah, 100 times,
bro. I convinced a friend to sit down and watch this with me, and he's not into these type of movies. Like he's like super anime, super action, like Marvel or whatever, right? And I was like, bro, like sit down, watch this movie, like it's hilarious. He sat down and watched it, and he's like, bro, this is one of the greatest movies ever.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but I just heard it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's the greatest movie ever. Would you put? What about Steve Carell?
Yeah, I mean, The Office is so good.
Yeah, he
has so many hilarious moments.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. I only just mainly think of Nice Guys. Nice Guys is such a funny movie.
Ryan Gosling, Notebook. Ryan Gosling, The Notebook. You ever seen The Notebook?
No.
Goodness, Harrison.
You ever see Nice Guys?
Yeah, that's good.
That's the version I'm thinking of.
Okay, Mark Wahlberg.
Not a big Mark Wahlberg guy.
Ted.
Oh, he's pretty funny in that.
Oh, the other guys. Come on, man. The other guys.
Oh my gosh. I know this movie. Why am I blanking on the other guys? Give me the premise. I know it. I've definitely heard of it.
It's they are cops in New York City, and they're usually working the desk, and they finally get put on like
Aim for the Bushes.
Aim for the Bushes.
Okay. Yeah.
Relax. Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah, we were gonna have to cut the show off and send you home right now.
Yeah, that's probably one of the funniest lines I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I think
Aim for the Bushes
might
and
be
like,
one of the best one-liners I've ever heard.
And like you're thinking like
they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Even
like,
then you're still thinking like, all right, I still don't fully get the plan.
Yeah. And then like they're like all of a sudden it's a funeral. You're like, wait, what the heck? No, that movie's hilarious.
Come on, man, dude, Desk Pop.
Oh yeah,
that old bit. Everyone does when he fires his gun.
Yeah. And then the boss is consistently quoting TLC. He's like,
that might be one of the best movies of all time. And
no,
then you have
like for real.
Then
like,
you have the ultimate. He meets the wife. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Will Ferrell's wife. And he's just
the old ball and chain.
Yeah. Just a 10 out of 10 beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful woman. He's like, yeah, the old ball and chain. Oh my god.
Could have dressed up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get over here because I think good show. I think I'm gonna go home and actually watch that movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Good one. Yeah.
Final thoughts there, Brewington.
I think you need to watch more movies.
Yeah, I can't deny that. All right, we're going to get out of here and I can start that process. Appreciate you guys listening. Be sure to come back around 6 a.m. early break. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Bush. They'll talk to you then.